Hello everyone and welcome back. Path of Exile 2 is a big game with a lot to learn and master, and it can be overwhelming if you're just starting off. In this video I'm going to share 10 more tips that you can use to get the edge and avoid crucial mistakes. So, let's get going. Don't ignore the optional side quests and bosses in the campaign, especially in the early game. Rewards are hard to come by, so make sure you're clearing all optional side quests and their related bosses. These bosses often drop very valuable rewards from uncut skill gems, loot, and even permanent resistance upgrades, so they're worth doing. Use a build guide if you don't know what you're doing. Path of Exile 2 is a very complex game with lots of interacting mechanics. To make your first few characters easier, try to use a build guide made by someone else. You can find build guides at websites such as Maxroll and Mobilytics, and even on the official forums. Feel free to roll your own build if you're confident, but using someone else's guide will make learning the game much easier. Don't be afraid to respec, especially if you're trying out your own build. Sometimes you'll find that one build changing item, and rather than creating a new character to use it, just change your build. You can chop and change your skill points by talking to the hooded one in Act 1. This guy will let you reset your skill points using gold. Use skill gems wisely. In Path of Exile 2, skill gems work differently to Path of Exile 1, and to unlock a new skill gem you'll need to spend uncut gems. These gems are rare, and in the later stages of the game they're really expensive as well, so try not to waste them unnecessarily. You can change skill gems at any time for free though, so don't be afraid to change things up. You don't need to kill every single monster that you come across. If you're not strong enough yet to kill everything, it might be better to avoid some monsters to avoid dying constantly and lose experience. On the other hand, if you're over-leveled within an area, you can just avoid the easier monsters to clear the map quicker. Just focus on magic and rare enemies to maximize your rewards. Flasks are really important. Don't ignore your flasks. Flasks in PoE 2 drop a lot, and it's always worth identifying them to check for upgrades. The main stats to look for on flasks are upgrades to their capacity and recovery speeds. You could even use your own orbs on dropped flasks to modify them for even more rolls. Don't hoard materials. Currency such as orbs and scraps drop a lot more often than in PoE 1, and this is by design. Because of this, you're encouraged to use these crafting materials more often to make your own gear, rather than hoping for a good drop or a trade. Orbs of augmentation and transmutation can be used to re-roll blue gear, and by the end of the campaign you'll be absolutely swimming in them, so don't be afraid to use them. Path of Exile 2 has introduced a new automatic currency trading system which you can use to grab new crafting materials. Use this to buy essential trading components, or sell your unused loot. Because wisdom scrolls are made redundant by the hooded one in Act 1, feel free to sell all of your wisdom scrolls to make a quick buck. You can unlock the currency trading market by talking to an NPC in Act 4. For extra crafting materials, make sure to salvage your gear rather than sell it to the vendors. Unlocked in a side quest in Act 1, the salvage bench can be used to dismantle gear with rune sockets or quality stats. When you salvage these items, you'll get back the relevant crafting material like blacksmith whetstones, armorer's scraps, and more. So unless you need the gold, it's often worth dismantling these for extra crafting materials. Also, there's one NPC in each act that will allow you to dismantle gear for currency rather than selling it for gold. This is useful if you have too much gold or if you need specific types of currency. But don't forget, you'll still need to keep getting more gold to allow you to respec your build in the later areas of the game. So there you have it, 10 more tips and tricks and mistakes to avoid in Path of Exile 2. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like or sub to the channel and let me know in the comments what guides do you want to see next. And, as always, have a great day.